Oh, we are versus Sapblade. You know, I'm versus Yon. Fuck it. Hey, boys, hear me out. It's like, hear me out right now. It's versus Stevens? Wait, so you're telling me it's like I thought I was versus TF Blade, but it's like I'm versus Stevens. You know what that's like? You know what that's like? Dude, that's like you're in a fight and you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go versus Conor McGregor. But, dude, you know what it's like when it's like you think it's Sapblade, but all along it's like it's Stevens? It's like you're there, chat, and it's like you're there, you're like, oh, fuck, I need to fight Conor McGregor. And then it's just some obese toddler who, like, pulls up to the ring. It's like, it's like you think it's TF Blade, but it's Twitch TV Stevens. You know what I mean? The best in-game. Alright, chat. Hey, first game of the day. We got to reverse sweep the promos. Let's run it up. Let's go crazy on it. You like that my mic is so broken? You don't want to know the shit I did to my mic. It's like when I tell you I had to break my mic, it's like I had to break my mic. You know what I mean? Like the shit I did to this mic, you don't even want to know in game. It's like I fucking tied it to in game. He's laning mid. It's like I needed him to lane mid. It's like I'll fucking crack you, little boy, in game. Not bad. New concede. He hits 2 Qs on me with the and then kills me if I don't. What if I tell you Hecarim versus Jax is unironically a better lane mid than it is top? Because in extended trades, Jax wins, right? But in short trades, Hecarim wins. If he walks up here, I kill him. It's like you're a boy! Hey, Stevens in game. A little bit of zooming, a little bit of booming, a little bit of fucking coomin' all over Steven's face in game. Like, no, I won't do that in game. Galio shows bot. Carthage just side top, so that if I fight Mr. Jackson, can't lose. I'll give Cannon though. As long as I'm leeching XP, that's all I need. Because like I could solo kill him pretty easily when my summoners are back up, right? So it's like I don't really need farm. All I need to do is like kill him a few times and makes up for it. What? What the fuck? Oh shit, Lethal Tempo's balanced, I forgot. It doesn't have flash though. Nice. He went Executioner's Rush. Good build by him. That's the thing about lane Hecarim. If you build early Executioners, it really, really fucks with him. And the thing is, Stevens used to play versus me a lot last season, so he used to play versus me and he watched my stream, right? So it's like he knows how to counter me. Executioner's long sword, he 100% kills me if I try fighting. But if I just wait, this wave still pushes into me. I know he's gonna hit 6, but the thing is, like, if I take a single bad trade, right, then as soon as wave's under tower, he just like dives me for free. So that's why it's like I really, 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 really need to just like sit back, not do anything at all. And then if he tries diving me from full HP, it's like I could pop double sums and with enough AD just like clear this wave really fast, pop 6, and then maybe I'll play him under tower. So it's like that's what I'm playing for right now. But yeah, it's like I need to give this farm. Because if he just auto W's, then it's like he can insta-kill me, right? But now I should be close enough to 6 that he can't just like dive and kill me. There we go. There we go, that's how it's done, boys. Stevens is gonna ban my Hecarim all day? Yeah, but this is the only game I'm gonna get versus him. After I win this, Rye puts me back in like 1 KO PMR. I love how you literally called the whole play. That's a Vipers. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, when you play enough lane, you can like, you know how people think, you know they act. Like here, he might just try to emotionally like full HP dive me. Hold on. human life on the edge! Let's fucking go, bro. Could have played that better, though. If I played him under tower, that would have been a lot better. Hold on. Ah, fucking cancer. What's how I play this game? I mean, the thing is we outscale, so it's like I don't really need to force any plays. Dive spot, shouldn't really risk. Call this MIA, so if I try fighting Jax, I could be ganked. So that's why like I'm backing up, right? Like this is the thing, even though I have a lead, it's because I don't know where Karthus is. Imagine I start fighting him and then Karthus just W's from this bush and kills me. That's the thing about laning at the highest level that I learned, right? Is that it's not about how well you play versus your opponent. Like, okay, so any role playing at the highest level isn't about playing better than your opponent. It's about playing in a way that doesn't allow them to get leads and get advantages. So it's like, it's not making the crazy plays that win you the game. It's about not giving the enemy the way to like make the crazy plays that win them the game. Like here, for example, I could limit test the 1v1 on him, right? But it's like, what's the purpose? We're already winning this game. Why would I give Jax an avenue into the game? Whereas like old me would have sat there and I would have tried limit testing a play, right? But it's like, I don't need to limit test that. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. They try going for these limit test emotional plays when they have no reason to. So instead I'll just reset, chill, I'll run back to lane. And then Zach and homie break this freeze. And now, how is their mid laner going to carry when their team is down like 7 kills, right? But like now I have double sums and ult, right? So if he tries fighting me, it's like I could do something. And now it's like I have Zach here, right? So now you see how he fights me? And this is what I'm trying to like... Ah, fuck. I wasn't expecting to call this. But I was gonna say like, him going for that fight, right? It's like he doesn't know where my Zach is, but he had Karthus counter ganking, so that's why I went for it. Okay, so now Karthus is invading bot side. The only thing is Jax is also MIA, so there's a good chance that Jax is here as well, but since we have Blitzcrank and Kaylin. Perfect, not bad. He could dodge me from full HP here. But I have Ghost, like maybe I could outplay it. Should've just cut it down towards the side. I mean, the only good thing is that now, we knocked down bot tower, so it's like I can play bot side lane. Only thing is I can't match Jackson side lane. Hecarim can never really match Jax ever. But yeah, like this is one of the classic reasons why I really dislike playing lane. Is because like you're entirely dependent on what your jungler decides to do, right? That's why I love playing jungle, because like as a jungler you have the possibility to do anything you want. Like as lane you're really limited by like what your jungler decides to call as like plays and shit, right? So it's like all you can really do is play really mechanically well and then hope that that's enough. But as jungle it's like you can win through decision making, which is like why I really like the role, right? Because like you're really a leader, right, when you're playing jungle. It's okay. We could win a fight on this dragon, that's what we need. Hold on 1 second, bro. Give me a second, buddy. Okay, well the good news is I managed to play that literally mechanically perfect, so maybe we can actually get this third dragon in the game for that. Okay, not bad. Yon has execution or shield bow. To be honest, what if I just ult on him? I thought maybe if I ult on him we can win, but the problem is Karthus ulted and then I got 60% healing reduction. I guess he wins that then. For example, Aurelia, Camille, Jax, Riven, these champs don't need a jungler to completely take over themselves. Yes, they do. You're literally only naming lane, boys. You're like, unironically, you're proving my point. They're champions that can get leads through their like kits and then like win games because of the leads they get. But it's not like you're gonna sit there and call plays that solo win your team the game, right? Ever. Whereas on jungle, you have that possibility to like call plays. Like a Camilla or Aurelia is never gonna lead her team to victory unless she's like 20 kills. Nice. How do you think Sniper's rank 1? Because he drops 20 kills every game. He gets lead through being mechanically better than his opponents. Like, you're unironically just proving my point. I don't know why people get so defensive. It's not a bad thing. Jungle is by far the most impactful role in the game, and as a jungleman can say that. It's the only role where you can solo carry through decision making. Top laners, mid laners, ADCs, they can't carry through decision making. They have to have insane mechanics. But top lane or jungle, you don't need that. If your macro is insanely good, you're chilling. The thing is, mechanics don't just mean like how you combo, right? It also means like managing wave, things like this, right? Like these are mechanics also. Okay. Nice. We can go Baron if we get this. Oh, he actually didn't kite downwards. Their laptop challenger noon jungle TPs, there's no laptop. No, the thing is, like, people see it as a personal attack. This is the problem with League, right? Is that you're gonna make a comment about a champion or about a role, and people see it as like a personal attack because they identify with the champion or role that they play, right? Like, if I'm the jungler, I'm calling the dragon plays, I'm calling the bot dives, I'm calling the full clears into like the ganks and shit, right? But as a top laner, right? 90% of the time, it's like, if you're top, how are you gonna impact bot, right? You're gonna go, you're gonna play your lane, and you're gonna pray to God that your team can like sit there and hold shit down while you can do other stuff, right? And even mid to a certain extent, it's very easy to shut down. Jungle is the hardest role to shut down. If you're an insanely good jungle player, and this is as someone who's been like improving a lot recently and I understand the jungle a lot better, it's extremely hard to really shut down a good jungler. A good jungler who just like does full clear, never griefs, never ins. Like, unironically, if I was a perfect player, I would have won 85% of my games. And most of them are on like challenger 1 KLP lobbies. If I was the perfect player, 85% win rate. Legitimately. That's the thing about jungle. And it's like, if I was a perfect top laner, could I say the same? No, I couldn't. Or the perfect mid laner, could I say the same? No, I couldn't. You're calling stuff where your laners need to follow up. But that's the thing, if you play in a way that you never put reliance on your teammates, you can easily solo carry games without having good teams. And that's what I've been learning how to do. That's what I've been doing. And that's why over the next month I'm going to just be refining that. And that's why next season I will hit rank 1 in NA and in EU. Because I'll be the guy who has like no reliance on teammates. Jesus Christ, man. If you ask Tarzan about it, he would explain it better. Tarzan's the worst example to use, unironically. And the reason why is because Tarzan's a player who always makes plays that relies on his teammates. Watch how he plays. I think Tarzan is just like insanely mechanically good to the level where he can like play and do anything, and if people like kind of follow up on him, then he'll win games, right? But the problem is he loses games because he puts himself in positions where he relies on his team. And if Tarzan never put himself in positions where he relies on his team, he would be 80% win rate to rank 1 without a doubt in my mind. Without doubt in my mind. But just that when you get to high elo, you start getting ego and you start being like, yo, like follow me, follow my calls. And then when people have different like ways of viewing the game as you do, then you're going to lose games. I mean, our comp sucks versus that. So like, see, this is a perfect example of a player who's like, so like this guy says our comp sucks, but it's like you trolled the game when you decide to fight mid, right? And you trolled the game when you decide to not get dragons, right? So it's like it's your decision making that's losing us this game. It has nothing to do with comp. But people will just find reasons to like blame whatever they feel like deserves to be blamed. Another perfect example. And this guy's like 75% win rate, Master's like 100 LP from unranked. But it's like he's saying this and it's like I know you won't hit rank 1. And I know you won't become the best because you're making excuses for your gameplay. That's why you can never make excuses for your gameplay. Never. I don't care what anybody says. your teammate didn't flash and use their summoner spell that would have legitimately won you the game, it's your fault for relying on your teammate to do that. No game is lost due to comp or anything. I mean, some of them are, right? But you can never just sit there and be like, oh, especially when you don't play perfectly, like, oh yeah, dude, our comp just sucks. Because, like, if you play this game perfectly, Zach, we would have won already. But you went for a grief invade here, and then you trolled like here, right? That's why Tarzan, yeah, exactly. Like, if Tarzan had good mental, and this is what I'm trying to, like, make you guys understand. If Tarzan had good mental, God would be rank 1 80%, right? But the thing is, because he makes plays that relies on team, because he has, like, ego, right? Which is a deserved ego, but regardless, it puts him in a place where he can lose games. And that's people's problems. That's why junglers will sit there and lose games and they'll be like, ah, dude, my team sucks. But it's like, fuck you for letting your team suck. You know what I mean? Like here, you're eating onto the Gale Force Jinx, right? And now it's like you lost the game, right? And then you're gonna sit here and you're gonna be like, oh, dude, like, our comp just sucked. But it's like, no, you made like 3 or 4 misplays. Identify the faults in your fucking gameplay, and you become a better player. My bad, exclamation mark. So, like, see, this is what I'm talking about. And this is the reason why people in League aren't actually, will never actually, like, get insanely good, right? And it's the people who can sit there and, like, drop their ego that will actually, like, improve and will actually win. I agree that you shouldn't rely on teammates, but there are some games that are completely unwinnable unless enemy makes mistakes. I agree with you, but I can honestly say, out of all the games I lost, maybe this game was unwinnable. This one and this one. 2 games were unwinnable out of the 30 I've played. If I was the perfect player, I'd be 28 wins, 2 loss, 500 LP by now. But because I'm not, I don't have that. But I will get to that point. Let me blow my nose one side. Alright, I'm back. I agree, mental. If anything, if you can keep mental, I can only go up. No, listen, this isn't a joke, right? Like, dude, and guys, this isn't a joke. The reason why I know for a fact next season I'm hitting rank 1, right? Like a lot of people say, Doaenel, it's a lot of luck. It's a lot of, like, you know, when to queue up and all these different things. But the reason why I know for a fact I'm going to hit rank 1 is because, unironically, chat, right now, in the high-low scene, right, I'm the only player who's going to look at a game like this, where I'm playing versus this guy is literally rank 10, Shaden. One of the best junglers on the entire region, if not the best jungler in the entire region. Literally rank 10. Second highest ranked jungler. Or third highest ranked jungler. And I went 8-3-6. I had 67% KP. 7 CS per minute, right? I out KP'd him, out CS everything, right? And it's like I sat there and I said this game was my fault because I had a single misplay. A single misplay. And it wasn't even like the misplay that immediately led to us losing the game. But it was a misplay that made it so I didn't play perfectly. And that's the thing about it right now, is that every single game that I've lost, apart from 2 out of the 30 games I've played, right? It's like, I'm telling you guys. And that's why it's like a lot of people in the league scene, right? And like even Scrub Noob. I love Scrub Noob, right? I love Scrub Noob. But the thing is, Scrub Noob's gonna sit there and it's like I played with him one game, right? And I'll tell you guys something. I played with Scrub Noob one game. Which game was it? It was this game. It was where I was on Lux, where is it? So I played with Scrub Noob this game, right? And Scrub Noob was 10-7-6, 84% KP, 6 CS per minute, right? And our bot lane was literally 1-20. And there was one fight that game where he ulted onto the enemy team instead of securing the dragon. He went for limit test, gave a shutdown, 3 of us died, and then we lost dragon, right? And when we lost that game, he sat there and he's like, 1-20 bot lane. But the thing is, if he had played perfectly, there's a chance we could have won this game. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like, you can sit there and you can look at your OPGG and be like, oh yeah, this game was unwinnable, this was unwinnable. But it's like, it's almost like it doesn't matter, right? Like, even my last game, right? And this is what people don't understand. Like, I lost my last game, right? But the thing is, I could have called my team off from doing the gank mid that, like, lost us the game, right? I could have called that. So even though I'm playing lane Hecarim and I'm filled and I'm laning versus a guy who's, like, a lane main and I'm getting ganked, right? And all these different things, because I didn't make the call off, it's like I could have played better that game. So I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to blame my team, because I could have played better, right? But the thing is, like, it's about, that's the other learning curve that I'm, like, learning in preseason, is, like, I'm unironically learning League, but I'm also, like, relearning streaming. Like, when I'm streaming, when can I afford to, like, reach out? When can I afford to, like, interact and all these different things? But it's not that, it's not ever going to hold me back. Like, and this is what I'm saying. This is complete cope. Listen, I'm just going to say it. Streamers that feel like they need to play off stream to perform, there's a problem. It's like, guys, this is what I'm saying. Like, no, this is like the perfect example. Streamers that will sit there and be like, bro, my game's off stream goes so much better than on stream. Like, maybe I should just play off stream to climb. It's like, well, instead of saying there's a problem of off stream versus on stream, make it so that you understand the streaming learning curve to the point where playing off stream is the same as playing on stream. Does that make sense? But this is what I'm trying to make you guys understand. Every single League streamer right now has excuses for why they are where they are. Every single one. And that's why I want to be the guy with no excuses. I want to be the guy who's like, everything is my own doing, and I just need to become better. I just need to get better at the game. I just need to do all these things, right? Because that's what it is. And right now, I'm telling you guys, unironically, I have rank 1 level game sense. I know this for a fact. But the thing that holds me back is when I make mistakes. And now it's about hammering out those mistakes. It's not about getting better. It's about getting less worse. That's where I'm at right now. Like, in terms of like my learning curve. When someone genuinely ends, how do you have this mental? Because, okay, Sunderguard. So, I can give you an example, right? Let me look at my matches and let me find a game I played well and like there was someone like inting, right? Okay, so like here for example. Here for example, my mid laner was 8 and 17, right? But it's like I know for a fact that this game I fucked up 3 team fights, right? 3 team fights, and that's why we lost. So that's why. Why am I gonna blame this guy when I'm the one who should have played differently, right? Or I can give you another example. It was a game I won actually, but it was a game with a TF. Draxer here. So this game, for example, my TF was 221 literally inting and I almost lost the game, right? But it's because I wasn't focusing early game. And because I wasn't focusing early game, I didn't get the 20 kills I would have needed to carry. So you're trying to become the peak human, I respect it, exactly. And that's why it's like in the league scene, right? People are going to sit there and they're going to hear a silver player say something like, oh, my teams are the reason I'm hard stuck. And they'll be like, dude, if I was in your elo, like, oh, I would be 1v9ing every game. But the problem with that mentality is that then they're going to play in Challenger, and they're going to think that just because they're playing in Challenger, if their teammates are underperforming, it's just a guaranteed loss, when that isn't the case. Because the thing is, when it comes to skill level, you're limitless, right? Unironically, you're limitless. And that's why, like, people just hold themselves back because they think they're deserving of wins, right? They think they deserve to have a teammate that doesn't int, that they deserve to have a teammate that plays well, that they deserve to have a teammate that doesn't get 1v1 and solo killed. Whereas when I'm playing a game, I don't think any of that. All I think is, how can I carry regardless of circumstance? How can I 1v9 when my teammate is 1 in 20? How can I path differently when I'm getting 3-man invade in my jungle? And that's how I think. It's just about, and listen, this is the thing. Okay, but this is the thing too. You will get to a point where you will have a game, and that game will genuinely be unwinnable, right? It's like no matter what you would have done differently, nothing would have mattered, right? You will have those games. But the thing about it is now we get into the mental training, where you need to have a game like that, and you need to say, because I didn't play badly, and because I played perfectly, I know there's nothing more I could have done, so it's fine. Like, I'm telling you guys honestly, the only times I get mad is when I misplay, when I underperform. Like, when I go top lane, and my Kennen can flash ult, and we get a kill top, but he doesn't use flash, and now it's like I wasted my time. I'm gonna get so fucking mad. But I'm not getting mad because he didn't do that play. I'm getting mad because I should have just full cleared, and I put trust in another person. You need to play, unironically, in the most, like, the most solo, like, lone warrior way possible, where you don't trust anyone, where nobody can help you, and you are the only one who you can rely on, and then go for these security advantages that just turn you into 1v9. Unfortunately, Riot tries to keep you 50% win rate. Okay, but see, you know what that's like saying? That's like saying I'm a chess player with 800 elo, and some games I go versus 600 elo, and other games I go versus like 800 or 1000 elo, and it's because they're trying to keep me out of like stagnant. But if I was a literal robot who played every game literally perfectly, I would win literally every game, no? And that's the thing about League. That's why when people say unlucky, it makes me mad. I'm gonna be honest with you. When people say, oh, unlucky, unlucky, this guy with 10 HP, unlucky, it's like, fuck you for saying unlucky. Like yesterday there was a team fight I played, right? And I went and I played the fight perfectly, right? But then the enemy lived with literally 100 HP and everyone was like, oh, that's unlucky. And it's like, it's not unlucky. Because if I was the perfect player, I never would have even taken that fight. Right? I would like identify everything beforehand. So because the thing about League is everything is numbers. Everything is predetermined. When you go in a fight, it's given to you what the circumstances are. And if you know what the circumstances are, then how can anything ever be unlucky? Oh, he dodged a skill shot? That's unlucky. You missed. Oh, he flashed away? That's unlucky. You just weren't keeping track of his timer. Nothing is luck in League. And the second people start understanding that is the second they will start improving. But the problem is nowadays people are obsessed with this like self-pity, oh, wallowing in sorrow, oh, I'm a victim. Fuck you for thinking you're a victim. 1v9 your next game, you know? That's what it is. Like, that's legitimately what it is. Do you think risky plays are needed for wins sometimes? Very rarely. I can honestly say I've gone for risky plays a few games, and the takeaway I always get from it is that's rarely ever worth it. Unless the game is legitimately unwinnable. Because if the game is not legitimately unwinnable, then going for secured advantages until you find favorable fights is a better idea. It's like, think of it this way. Think of it this way. It's like, imagine you're on a hill, right, chat? Imagine you're on a fucking hill, and you're there and you have your sword. This is the way you guys can view it. I'm on the hill and I have my sword. And it's like, we're there and I have 10 archers on my back and the enemy has 200 footmen all with shields. It's like, I'm going to sit there and the average League player is going to be like, oh, dude, unlucky, whatever. Let's just try to fight to the death and like, we'll win. Or maybe we'll win, maybe we'll lose, right? But there's a 1% chance of winning. But it's like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, all right, look, this is what we're going to do. Everyone shoot 3 arrows and then we'll run back and we'll just try kiting them, right? And then if they get too close, then we'll just run and we'll try to find forests and trees and we're gonna run until we find the opportunity in game, by the way, that we can win in, right? That's what it is. It's about running away until you find that opportunity. Oh, this guy has a chainsaw and he's running at me. It's fine. I'll just run away and I'll sprint for literally hours and days and weeks without sleeping until I find that one little pebble that I can shoot in his eye, and then he drops the chainsaw and then I grab the chainsaw in game. You know what I mean? Like in game. It's like, that's how you play League. It's about taking only things that are like secured, that are guaranteed. And then once you start playing like that, you can legitimately win 95% of your games. And that's what I'm going to prove next season. Next season, I'm going to prove that in League, there's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as being unlucky. There's no such thing as being like, oh, hard suck or having bad teams. If you're a 1v9 player, if you're a perfect player, you can overcome any odds, no matter what, as long as you're good enough. That's what it is. As long as you're the perfect player, you will overcome everything. No, we'll become rank 1, I'm telling you. And that's why I tell people, right? And they think I'm joking, chat. People think I'm joking when I say I'm going for rank 1. They think, oh, you're just saying it as like a meme, but it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that I genuinely believe I can make it. Because I'm the guy who has a mentality of just like perma-pushing myself. I'm not going to sit there, I'm not going to say I'm lucky. Like, if I sit there and have 3 0-20 teammates, but I'm 5-0, and I make 1 misplay, I'm not going to sit there and blame my team because I'm the only one I can control. How do I keep up this mental though? Because I don't care about wins or losses. It's like, I'll sit here. And this is the big thing. And this is why I've never been a, this is also why I've never been a person who has ranked anxiety. Because I don't care about wins and losses. I don't care about my rank. What I care about, chat, is the fact that my rank gets affected by the fact that I'm not the perfect player. When I play a game and I win, but I have 1 misplay, that wasn't a win for me. I don't feel happy because I misplayed. Why can't I be perfect? When I sit there and I lose a game and I play perfect, I'm happy. Why? Because I know for a fact there's nothing I could have done differently. But those games are so fucking rare. It's like, there was one game I was playing not too long ago versus Chase, and I was playing Kane versus Chase, Dave Mon, and Lorlo, and I could have lost that game, right? But I kid you not, chat, I sat there and I said, win or lose, I don't give a fuck. Because I held my own against Chase. I played jungle extremely well versus Chase, Shaco, and I'm on Kane. Win or lose, I don't give a fuck. Because I know I played this game perfectly. And that's the thing about it. It's like, I don't care if I win or lose. I don't care if I demote or I promote. It all means nothing to me. Because I would rather have an account that's 40% win rate, playing perfectly every single game, hard select Diamond 1, than have an account Challenger 1000 LP with 95% win rate where I get carried every game. Because the thing is, I could not, because if I want to become rank 1, right, you can't just coin flip your way up there. You need to brute force your mentality through there. And it's like, the only way that I can become a rank 1 level player is to get better. And the only way to get better is to force myself to improve. And the way to force myself to improve is to only look at my mistakes. Because I'm the only person every game that can be the person, right? Do you really believe deep in your heart you can reach rank 1 in both US and NA? Yes. And the thing about it, right? The misconception that a lot of people have is that when I say that, it's not coming from a place of ego. It's not coming from a place of thinking I'm better than everyone else. It's coming from a place of thinking my mentality is better than everyone else. Am I better mechanically or macro-wise than Shaden or Tarzan? No. But I'm willing to learn to become that state. Because the thing is, you aren't just born somewhere. You can force yourself to become something. I think that like led me to have this mentality, right? Is the fact that I used to be fat. You know? I used to be fat. And I never thought that I could make it to any kind of physique that I have nowadays, right? But through like consistency and consistent efforts and like trying to push yourself to become a better way, it's like that's how you become the best. And you can do it in any aspect of your life. And that's why I do the things I do. EU and NA. Next season I'm going for rank 1 EU on 100 ping. And I'm telling you, I will do it. I will hit rank 1 EU on 100 ping. And people might sit there and think like that's not possible. But it's like I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys that as long as you have the perfect mentality, anything is possible. Because for me, for the longest time, in every aspect of my life, right, I always start off from the bottom. I was never a guy that was given anything. With my physique, I started off fat, and then I started myself to skinny fat, and then I started with like literally no muscle, right? And I had to work my way up from the bottom. When I started ranked, I started in season 4, I was bronze. I had to work my way up from the bottom. When I started streaming, I started 1 viewer. Like no one was helping me. I had to work my way up from the bottom, right? And that's why it's like now I tackled all these things and I've like kind of improved in all these things. But now it's about the public perception of me. Like the public perception of me that I'm still like a D1 level player, Masters level player. And it's like I want to show everybody, especially next season, I want to show everybody that I can become perfect. And slowly, I know for a fact that I'm changing minds. Like when I was playing with Shaden yesterday, right? And I was playing good, but I had a few mistakes. It's like I know that Shaden's starting to view me differently. When people are starting to see Doaenel and that champ select, when people are starting to see that Hecarim lock in, it's like slowly but surely, I'm starting to get that aura about me. And that's what I want. That aura of just like legendary mentality. Because the thing is, right now, I feel like the main problem with the league scene especially is that like, who's there to look up to, right? So like, let's say in the NA scene, because in the EU scene it's different, but in the NA scene, legitimately, every high view count content creator sits there and complains. Every single one. So who are we giving NA people to look up to? We're giving them people to look up to who complain, who whine, who blame their team, and who just cry about everything, how it's not my fault. Like, it's all about ego. This is the thing I realized. In NA, everything is about ego. It's about showing your Twitch chat why you're not wrong. It's about sitting there as like a top laner, your jungler ganks you, and you decide to play along with the gank, and then it's like an int gank, and then the enemy gets a double kill. And it's about, oh, I need to sit there and for the next half hour, show my Twitch chat on replay why this was int. But like, fuck you for caring about that, bro. Care about what you could have done differently. Everything is ego in NA. Everything is ego in NA. And I want to sit there and I want to kill my ego. I want to kill my ego, because I know that once I kill my ego, I will hit rank 1. And I know that when I hit rank 1, chat, there are people who will adopt my mentality. And that's how you make change within the scene. It's about changing people's entire outlook. Like, fuck sitting there and idolizing someone who just runs it down mid when his jungler instant kill. Be the kind of guy who your jungler's going to interlaner a kill, and you're going to say, alright, perfect, I love this, because now I need to win lane from behind. So now you need to play better. And you will derive more improvement from that game than you would a game where your jungler performs a successful gank. That's the thing about it. And it's like, that's what I want to become. I want to be the guy who's like, you're going to sit there and like, dude, this is what I'm saying, dude. It's like I want people to watch me and feel like fucking warriors. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be there, the score is 0-20, and you'll be 0-0-0 with perfect farm. And you'll say, if I play perfectly, maybe I can 1v9. You're not going to sit there and flame your fucking team, because fuck you for flaming your team. That doesn't do anything. You're gonna say thank you, Team Printing, because now I can learn from this game. I can improve from this game. And then, over the course of hundreds of games of doing this, I will go from bronze to challenger. I will go from silver to fucking rank 1. I will do these things, because you have the mentality that's required of you. That's what it is. It's about killing ego. And I know, because I used to have a big ego, right? But then when you start delving deeper into it, realize how bad you really are. The better I get at League, the easier it is for me to realize the mistakes I'm making. And when I make those mistakes, that's when I realize these shit. I don't know, there are players that don't have your mentality, but they are or were rank 1 like Tarzan. You're not wrong. But what I'm saying is, a player like Tarzan could have gotten 3,000 LP this season. It's like, I don't care about rank 1. What I care about is hitting my limit. It's like you tell me, Doaenel. Okay, imagine, let me give you an example. Imagine we're sitting there and we're jumping on a trampoline, okay? And I say, if you bend your legs slightly, right, then you can get more power. But when you jump, you bend your legs deep. But because you have stronger quads than I do, you can go higher than I can. But if you use my technique, you'd go double as high as you can. And that's what I'm trying to make you understand. I don't care if these people hit rank 1. I don't care if they hit challenger. Because if you have the wrong mentality, then you never hit your limit. It's like going to the gym every day and you're going to ego lift, right? Imagine going to the gym every day and you just grab 5-pound dumbbells and then you're curling them. Okay, yeah, you might get a decent physique, but imagine you sat there and you actually cared about progression. It's like, imagine what you could truly become. And one of the things that led me to having this mentality, right, is this quote by, some Greek guy, like Aristotle or Socrates or some shit, and he said the greatest, like, tragedy any man could ever undergo in life is not seeing what his body is truly capable of, in terms like not keeping yourself physically fit, right? And the thing is, I feel the same way, but I don't apply that just to my physique. I apply that to my mind as well. I apply that to my emotional state as well. I apply that to everything about my life. And that's why it's like, I want to become the perfect being, right? And the thing is, even if I don't become it, I don't care. As long as I have the things that drive me towards becoming that place, then that's all that matters at the end of the day. That's what matters in life, right? After rank 1, what's next? What will truly satisfy you? You know, that's the scary thing. Now you have one of the things that keeps me awake at night. It's scary. Because after rank 1, where do I go from there? After I get rank 1 in NA, and then I get rank 1 in EU, what's next? Rank 1 in Korea? And then what if I hit rank 1 in Korea? Then where do I go from there? You know what I mean? It's like, it's very scary. It's very, very scary. Because, like, having goals, unironically, is one of the scariest things you could ever do in life. Because once you achieve them, what's next? And that's why you should never think too far ahead in the future. Ever. That's why you become depressed. You need to live in the moment. Once you start living in the moment, you start to realize that you will always get more goals, that you will get more things that you will want to become. Go for rank 1 on other roles, could be done. Maybe I'll even try my hand at going pro, winning worlds. The perfect LCS player, who the fuck knows what we're gonna do. Maybe I'll sit there and I'll just make a team. I'll make my team. And my team will sit there and we'll take over LCS. We'll beat fucking Faker. We'll beat fucking Guma UC. We'll beat fucking Bjergsen chat. Maybe I'll sit there, I'll draft Darkwind Jax. I'll draft like 4 people. Maybe I'll even bring Ju2 top. Maybe I'll create an LCS team. Ju2 in the top lane. We have Darkwind Jax on support. We have me jungle. We find a mid ADC and we just take over the fucking world, chat. Maybe that's what's next. But we'll see when we get there. It's like, we'll see when we get there. Maybe we'll bring Brad IRL in on the AC. It's like, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? But that, it's like it's a thought for another day. We're gonna have to sit there and consider later on. Why don't you go pro on Childhood Worlds? This is the biggest thing there can be. Because I need to prove myself first. Because it's like, think of it this way. I'm telling you, I want to hit a 225 bench one day. And then I tell you, next week I'm going for 180, 190, then 200 the next week, right? And then you're telling me, but why not just go for 225 right away? Because I need to get to that state first. Make sure your team works out to be the true alpha. No, I'm telling you, listen, my team, I'm going to force us to work out. That way, when we're there and we're on stage, right, chat? Hear me out. When we're there and we're on stage, and we're there and we're like winning our game, and then like, I don't know, like let's say our mid laner soul kills fucking Faker or some shit, right? I'm going to tell him, go up and start muzzing on him. And my mid laner will get up in the middle of the game, will pause the game, and he'll start going up to Faker chat and going crazy like that. And like Faker will be there just so confused and astounded. And like everyone's gonna say, what the fuck? But it's like we need to do that. You know what I mean? Like we need to fucking do that. Like I'll sit there, I'll steal the fucking Baron, and I'll just go up and I'll fucking, who knows what I'll fucking do? I'll make an NFT of my cock and balls and fucking, you know what I mean? Like in game, who the fuck knows what's going on? Like that's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, who the fuck knows, chat?